Hi, this is Ed Price with the Wiki Ninjas blog, and we're here to interview Eric Battalo, who's been leading our efforts with TechNet Wiki. So, Eric, could you introduce yourself to us?
I'm Eric Battalo. I'm a senior program manager here at Microsoft. I work in Server and Cloud Division Information Experience, which means I spend a lot of time thinking about the information that's out there, especially in community, since that is my focus.
So, what are some of the different projects that are going on right now that are exciting to you? Has there been anything, have there been any community activities that have surprised you or that you're really proud of that you didn't expect to happen?
So there were a few. I think the notion of survival guides did really well. I guess in retrospect it shouldn't have surprised me that type of curated kind of here's how you get through the deep woods on some technology would do well. I think the grassroots effort of this has been, it's taken a little bit of time to ramp up, but I think it's been incredibly successful. You have folks out there like Yuri and Kim Ditto and everybody on the community council, everybody on the advisory board, all these folks out there with these rich contacts that when they ask for people to participate or mention the wiki or community in their blogs or tweets, that people respond. And I think that's been amazing. There's been other content. I think as you're familiar with, there's some release notes out there that I thought was a funky choice for Wiki, but it's been reasonably successful. In fact, someone updated it, the SQL release notes within the last 2 weeks, I think, with a link to some download software, a download instance of some SQL version that wasn't in the original release notes. So that made it much easier for everybody else in the community to kind of follow up on that. I thought that was kind of neat. Yeah, and just the grassroots nature of it, that it's been interesting, right? People, you can come to community and work in community and keep it a community instead of making it, well, we want community to do these things, or we're going to try to own community, or we're going to try to convince community to go out and do these things. I think I think that we've spent a lot of time working with community to try to find our direction, and I think that helps. And in terms of success, if you take a look at different metrics of success, we've got a sustained contribution rate that's pretty decent. In terms of page views, we're not at the TechNet range yet, right? They get millions of pages a month. We're at about 600,000 a month, which is much higher than we were when we first started. And so I'm excited about that. But we get a lot of buzz, right? There's people out there that jump in, and I think it's helping people. So some of the projects we're interested in are non-English language instances. We're interested in updating the look and feel. We've got content efforts, so a lot of our time is spent using what's already out there, moving different types of content out there and coming up with a process that would support that. That includes things like troubleshooting, errand events, and things like survival guides, and even content that you traditionally find in a library type repository, which is read-only, obviously, right? Where you can comment on it. We're looking at more and more of that type of content that maybe we don't have, that we're not going to update as frequently, looking at, or we don't update as frequently, moving that to community so community can update and steward as they feel appropriate.
Is there a place for TechNet Wiki in the world of TechNet? Like, how does it complement the other tools that are out there in TechNet, like the library or the forums or the blogs and other things? How does it work together in that kind of environment?
So the wiki, we've never seen it as mutually exclusive. That the wiki is part of a continuum of solutions. It doesn't really detract from any other applications that are out on TechNet or MSDN or in the network for that matter. It's for longer form article collaboration. I think other aspects of TechNet and MSDN provide things like forums, which is for high volume kind of QA work. Blogs are one-way publish. I mean, they're essentially locked content that you would share, and we think blogs have a place, but a lot of technical content on blogs would probably be more suitable on a platform like a wiki, because authors are typically very busy. They don't want to maintain that content over time, so it gets stale. In a wiki, it wouldn't. If someone felt like they needed to update it, they could.
Or update links and
right, and just take care of the content, right? I mean, just you wrote it, then the community can kind of maintain it over time. I think that is what makes community so great, is that there's always a group of folks there that are going to want to keep the content current. It may be a different set of people, but over time, the content that needs to be maintained can and will be maintained. And in a locked library or a blog, you're kind of dependent on other people to do that. And I think that for some of our content, I think that it's not the best model. So,
Eric, thank you for this interview.
So, thanks for the opportunity. I just wanted to point out that if you haven't tried these are pretty good.
Oh, and one more question, Eric. If you were a Ninja Turtle, which one would you be and why?
Donatello's got a great name. I think he likes pizza too.
They all do.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
thanks.
old school.